A comparison of the contributions of management practices to intestinal parasite control in companion and production pigs. A research project run by Ms. Kianna Dean and Dr. Anne Lichtenwalner. We are in affiliation of the School of Food and Agriculture with the College of Natural Sciences, Forestry and Agriculture. The domestic pig, a staple in many families' diets, originated from the wild boar. The wild boar being Sus scrofa. Domestic pigs, original Latin name being Sus scrofa domesticus. The wild boar was said to independently occurred from its subspecies, which resided in Europe and Asia. The wild boar, ancestor to modern pigs, can be found in a wide range of environments. They prefer habitats that resemble wooded and shrubby areas, grassy savannas, marsh-like swamplands, and agricultural areas. Wild boars also live in environments that have a constant source of water near enough dense and vegetative cover in order to protect themselves from any kind of predation. Many bacteria and other living organisms live in these kinds of environments. And due to this aspect, wild boars are not as desirable to the palate as domestic pigs. The pig's diet, feral or not, constantly exposes them to various diseases and parasites, which is the main reason that wild pigs should not be consumed on a regular basis or without proper preparation methods. Even if a wild pig's source of food is rotting, molding, or has been deceased for some time, pigs will still consume anything that is deemed as a viable source of energy. Domestic sows, even after giving birth, are known to consume their piglets. The different sources of energy that pigs intake often expose them to ascarids, or parasitic worms, that reside and multiply in the vertebrate host's intestines. Parasites, in particular, continue to be a concern for domestic production pigs, household pigs, and wild pigs alike. Therefore, research that will approach the problem of pigs containing parasites may enable pig producers and owners to rethink their management as well as their husbandry, specifically in the state of Maine. The University of Maine's Diagnostics Veterinary Laboratory received 60 cases of which pigs had passed away due to unknown causes. It turns out that 29 out of 60 of these cases were related to migrating ascarids. So why look into this topic of research? The United States of America is considered the third largest producers and consumers of pork in the world. Surprisingly enough, the pork industry is predicted to equal or exceed the annual consumption of beef. There have been previous cases of people contracting zoonotic diseases from interacting with and eating certain animals, particularly pigs. Zoonotic meaning it is spread from animal to human. If the adjustment of certain management practices proves to reduce the appearance of internal parasites, both pigs and humans can benefit from improved health. By spotting complications early on and addressing them before it becomes more of a serious or fatal problem, pig owners can ensure a healthier future for humans and animals alike. In order to approach this research project, we plan on utilizing the previously mentioned diagnostic findings of the 60 pig cases that were brought to the University of Maine's Veterinary Diagnostics Laboratory for diagnosis. This will be done either by necropsy, fecal evaluation, bacteriology, or additional outsourced testing, which will either be sent or was sent to different veterinary laboratories throughout the country. After these databases or results are collected, We plan on constructing a survey that will be sent out to both production and household pig owners. These will be specialized, tailored surveys for both categories of pig owners. They will include questions such as, are their indoor pigs always offered meals inside, or are they eating outside from a trough? Are these pigs walking outside directly on the ground or over hay? Are these pigs usually the runt of their litter that are being exposed to ascarid ovum? How often do these pigs root, depending on the frequency that they are being let outside? Root meaning digging in the ground, looking for food or sources of sustenance. And what is the constant temperature of the household that they are staying in? These are questions specifically for household pig owners. There will be more questions for production owners, depending on the type of facility that they are running, and in general, how often they plan on selling or producing their product. These questions that will be answered give us insight into whether these parameters affect the development of an invasive species within the internals of strictly indoor pigs and production pigs. A healthy pet warrants a healthy owner. So why would we not want to ensure the health of both? Below, the table is referring to the 60 different cases of pigs that were evaluated at the University of Maine's Veterinary Diagnostics Laboratory. It turns out that a good portion of these pigs passed away from parasitic-related problems. So this tells us that in the state of Maine alone, that parasites are a problem, and that both indoor and household and wild and production pigs are being exposed on an annual basis. After gathering these survey results, they will be separated into categories, one being seen as pros and the other being seen as cons. From there, the categories will be formulated in relation to the kinds of complications or enhancements that can result or be changed. For instance, whether it would hinder the presence of parasites or increase it. The characteristics will then be compared to the migration cycle and effects of the varying ascarids. Once these are sorted, we will then think of ways to protect against certain ascarid ovum and parasite eggs to possibly interrupt its migration. From our findings, the presence of internal parasites result in the appearance of increased health problems, meaning that ill health can be correlated to poor diet, unmanaged environment, or less than optimal living conditions. So, by educating or possibly letting these different pig owners more aware of how their care and management is affecting the health of their pigs, we hope to bring more awareness to see what mistakes are being made. And we have high hopes that the various pig owners that we will be surveying and those that are not being surveyed will address these issues in their management and work along with us to minimize the sightings of internal parasites in order to make the consumption of pigs healthier and safer for citizens in the United States and outside as well. This is only the beginning of this project. Dr. Lichtenwalner and I are very excited to look more in depth into all of the information that will be presented, and I would like to definitely thank her for her help and support, and to just her inviting me into the world of parasitism, parasitology, and especially in pigs, just because a lot of people consume them, and I've grown up consuming them, and I personally want to make sure that what I'm putting into my body is safe for consumption and won't hurt those around me. So thank you for your time, and I hope you look forward to hearing more about this project.